If 10 men come up to you at a bar, restaurant, library, wherever you meet men, what percentage of men are dateable? Sara, you can go first. What percentage of men are dateable?
Out of the 10 at a bar?
Yeah, 10 guys step to you at a bar. Hey, what's up? You're looking good. Can I get you a drink?
Well, I don't really know if they're dateable because I don't really know anything about them.
You know.
Right?
A girl knows in the first 5 seconds whether they'd be into a guy.
I'd say 1%.
1%.
Yeah.
Okay, so not even one. So you chop that one guy up into 10 pieces.
Let's make it 5.
Okay.
5%.
5%.
Yeah.
So not even one guy that steps to you. Got
Hardly.
it. Boom.
Yeah.
Aly, I know that you're married, so Tom, forgive us for a second. 10 dudes step to you at a bar. How many of those guys are dateable?
I mean, honestly, maybe one. Physically, for sure, one. But then the hot boys, sometimes they're not ready to settle down. So that could drop it easily to like a 0.5. But it's slim pickings out there. I observe. People watch all the time. And that's how I can tell there is a problem with masculinity. And in that same vein, though, there's definitely a problem with femininity. Like, how many women out there are truly dateable? Like, I don't know.
Dateable and bangable are two different
very
questions.
Different,
okay.
Yeah.
But we'll keep it moving. Layah. You're in Miami now. People are stepping to you all the time. What percentage of men are dateable?
I think it depends what kind of woman you are, really. I think and I was complaining earlier about this to a friend. I think if you would regard yourself, everything is like personal perspective. If you as a woman regard yourself as like an average woman, then you're going to be happy with like the average man. And so I would probably say I don't know, let's say there's a group of 10 men, 5 are dateable, right? Because you perceive yourself as the average woman. Mm-hmm. But if you perceive yourself to be, more than the average woman, and, we all know the term hypergamy, women date upwards, then yes, I mean, you're lucky if even one of those 10 men are going to be marryable. So the lesson here is that,
because, familiar with the Pareto principle, but the 80-20 rule, basically the top 20% of men get 80% of women. Technically, 100% of men want the top 20% of men.
Yeah.
But lesson here to you gentlemen out there, you got to improve, okay? Whether that's physically, your game, money, because if you step to a woman at a bar, based on what we've learned here from these wonderful women, there's a 90% chance she's going to be like, peace, you're not
I don't even like when they come up to me at a bar.
Okay, well, that's a whole nother thing. Okay. Nat, can I have you weigh in on this?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Out of the 10,
how many are dateable?
For my standard?
Yes.
Maybe like 1.
Okay, so just you're reaffirming everything we just established.
I'm friendly, but would I maybe pursue you? Probably like 1, 2 if we're in a certain setting.
Okay.
Maybe.
What do you mean certain setting?
It depends if you're like at a club versus maybe like a high-end restaurant at the bar,
Facts.
or if you're at the store, or it really depends where you are. Like if you're at the gym.
If you're shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue, all 10 guys are dateable.
There you go, right? I'm just kidding.
All right, real quick, because I don't want to spend a million hours on this. The one thing that each of these guys can improve. So basically, if 10 guys step to you, you only pick one. If you could give advice to the other 9, what's sort of the uniform advice of like, dress better, have better game, like brush your teeth, like,
please,
whatever it is, what's like the one thing that can improve the odds for most men? Quick answer. Go ahead, Layah.
I think the easiest thing a man can do is just look better, right? Like hit the gym, look strong. Women like safety. So if you come up to her and you look big and strong, done, that gets you over the first hurdle. The rest, of course, there are other hurdles, but that gets you in the door to some extent.
Okay. Do you agree with that, Aly? What's the one thing you would change for most men?
No, I definitely agree. I mean, 73.6% of the American population is overweight to include obesity, and those are Americans like 21 years old and older. So that's men and it's women. So a lot of these dudes are talking about women aren't looking at me. I mean, to be blunt, my limbic system is not attracted to your pudge. So like first and foremost, do something about that. And then it's even cooler too, because you can be fit. I'm very strategic about dating though. So you can be a fit, buff guy, but you know what's cooler too though is if you're good at combat sports, because I know you can just take out my enemies, both foreign and domestic. And if you can't, I get it. It's tough to get into combat sports, but it's just so hot. But if you can't, you can learn how to handle a firearm. Like let me feel safe. I worry about my physical safety. Not at all with my husband at all.
Got it. Okay, Sara, what's the one thing you would give advice for guys to improve upon?
When coming up to you at a bar?
Or just in general, you said not even 1 out of 10. What would help improve the odds?
Well, you said at a bar, though, like in general?
Anywhere, in life.
I don't know. Dress better, not be so pushy, be confident.
So just
have
to
your
be
stuff in
clear,
order.
you do know, because you just said 4 answers. Okay, so dress better, don't be pushy. What else?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Boom, she knows. See? Not that hard. You got this thing.
You got it.
Nat, what about you?
I mean, obviously, your first impression is what you look like. So keeping yourself together, like you look clean, you look together. And then from there, conversation, like a good one-liner opening. Like nobody likes a weird, good-looking guy.
Yeah. So true.
Like the worst is like he's hot, and then he opens his mouth. You're like, holy crap! Like, please go away.
That's so true.
It happens a lot more than people would think.
It's true.
Like game does matter. Game totally matters.
It does. So I mean, looks, that's kind of obvious because that's everybody's first judgment.
Yeah.
And then having like a good open liner.
Yeah,
Not
I
just
agree
like
with
a
that.
regular.
So I'll tell you a funny story. I have a good buddy of mine. I'm not going to call him out there.
Call him
Good
out.
looking dude, played in the NBA, famous, tall,
I know.
good looking. Again, I'm not going to say his name. And he would open his mouth and the girl would be like,
No.
and I would consistently say, anytime we got to the bar, club, restaurant, whatever, library, I'd be like, dude, stand there, look good. Let me do the fucking talking. Okay.
Oh my God.
Boom. And things would work out well for us. So like, anyway, just unless you're a 6'9" NBA player, you're going to have a fucking mouthpiece, right? So you're going to spit some game. All right. Thank you for that, ladies. I think the gentleman hopefully took something from that. Hit the fucking gym. You don't have to be a UFC player. You don't got to, UFC fighter. You don't have to be Conor McGregor to date a chick, but, maybe just look decent, protect women. So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another, or if you want to watch the entire Saucecast, click right here.